At Young Living, we want to make sure your experience is the best it can be. That extends from the products you use to the people you interact with. And now all of that is being brought together through the best technology too. Jeremy Maughan is in studio today to explain how OLEO, a new app by Young Living, can bring together the products you use with the community you rely on. And you'll be able to watch this episode and listen to all of our podcasts there too. Hello and welcome to Young Living's podcast, The Wild Drop. My name is Jacob Young, your host. Young Living is the world leader in producing and distributing premium essential oils, and this podcast will provide you with drops of information about Young Living, including stories, history, product information, lots of little fun facts, and even more. Well, Jeremy, welcome to the podcast for the very first time, and because it is your first time, if you would like to introduce yourself and tell us about you and what your background is, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today and kind of talk about some of the technology that we have coming up. As you mentioned, I've been with Young Living for a long time. I just passed my 8-year mark being with Young Living. I've only been in charge of the IT department for about 6 months, but I've been with Business Intelligence for 7.5 years. I started just as a report writer on their team, although my background is in leadership. I've been director and VP of IT in other places, but the opportunity came up to just come here and kind of be a report writer. I did that for about 3 weeks, and then I was made a manager and just quickly moved into the director's position over the business intelligence team. Background for myself, I've been in the industry for a very long time. Years ago, I started my own company building replicated websites and commissioned software for multi-level marketing companies. We kind of fell into this weird niche where almost every scrapbooking company you can think of used our technology to go ahead and run their multi-level marketing company.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Scrapbooking.
It was really, really big,
Wow.
15, 20 years ago.
Okay.
And there was lots of MLMs that popped up doing scrapbooking.
I've never even heard of such a thing. Like, I've heard of scrapbooking, but in the multi-level marketing world, that is so cool.
I don't know if it had worked today, but it definitely did then.
Yeah. Well, we're super grateful to have you. And like you mentioned, obviously, we quickly realized of your talents and expertise in that area. Jeremy, in any of the meetings that we sit in, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of context, like, he's such a Wikipedia, like an encyclopedia. When it comes to any of this number of data stuff, like you ask him anything and he's like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is, what we do, how to do it, all this other stuff. So it's great. So really appreciative that you're here. Congrats on 8 years. And we're here to discuss a brand new app that we just launched at convention, for those of you that haven't heard, called OLEO. And Jeremy actually has some pretty fun insight as to how OLEO came to be. And then he's also going to cover what is OLEO and how you can best utilize it for your business or just in general to understand more about Young Living. And there's some really amazing features, tools, assets, and then of course all the awesome upcoming things that we have for it too. So Jeremy, take it away.
Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, OLEO is an interesting tool in that it was the brainchild of some people here at Young Living. They reached out to an existing developer company that has been really, really successful, not in the MLM industry, but really, really successful in the door-to-door sales. And they had some great ideas of what could be done, but they brought those ideas to our IT teams. And just priority-wise and those type of things, it looked like it was going to take months and months and months to develop, anywhere from 6 months to 12 months to go ahead and get it out there. And after one of these conversations that happened to be happening on a phone call in a meeting that I was just kind of adjacent to, I had overheard what they were trying to do, and I approached the manager who was trying to get this project off the ground and was like, hey, I kind of heard what you were talking about. Can you give me a little bit more information? He shared with me kind of the overall vision of what they were wanting to do, and really what it just boiled down to is that OLEO, the company that was doing this, had some really great ideas and had some really great technology. They just needed access to the data. They just needed, to know about our brand partners, our genealogy tree, sales, and some of those type of things. And coming from the business intelligence world, that's what we do. We take data from every system in all of Young Living put it in a really easy to use place, and then get that out to our employees to be able to make data-driven decisions. So I turned to him and I said, well, let's go ahead and meet with them and see if we can get this data pretty quickly to them. It took us about 2 weeks for them to get the first data from us and started building on top of it. What became very, very apparent is that what business intelligence here at Young Living is really good at is taking data, adding intelligence to it, and making it actionable to everybody who's out there.
So, AI. I know to some that is a little bit of a trigger word. To me, in the very beginning, I think you have to look at it both sides. I want to clarify that AI, yes, can be a little scary and daunting sometimes, but it is a tool, and a very, very useful tool at that, especially when you train it and code it to specifically do a certain tool in mind. And so I know when we came to my mom with the idea of, hey, we could integrate and build AI into this, she had read about all these horror story articles about AI and stuff. And it was more so of like when AI wasn't fully developed and what we know it to be as today, which it's quickly evolved, right? We thought about it kind of like Terminator, right? Like Skynet, essentially, for those of you that have seen that or understand that reference and stuff. But I'd love for you to kind of go a little bit more in depth of that and explain how, in this instance, in our world, how that AI tool gets used and how people can use it.
Yeah. One of the interesting things about AI as a whole is that it has to be trained on something. The AI that you're using out there, like ChatGPT or Gemini or something that's out there, it's just been trained on anything and everything that those companies can get their hands on. Inside of OLEO is an AI engine, and the intelligence that I'm talking about is the intelligence that we added to the data below that. So, for instance, we have something, without getting super technical, we have a model, so this thing that we've taken a bunch of data, put it together with a bunch of rules, and then that came out with some output. We have a model that we use for something called customer segmentation. Basically, that's taking all of our brand partners and customers that we have, breaking them out into kind of buckets of their behaviors that they've been able to do. So we may have a bucket that is our most valuable customers, and we may have a bucket that we're about to lose them, so they haven't placed an order in a lot of time and those type of things. So we take all of our customers and take all of their buying habits of those type of things. We add a layer of intelligence, put them in these buckets, then we feed that into our AI engine so that the AI engine can then ask questions. Something along the lines of, hey, who in your downline is about to go inactive? It goes behind the scenes, looks at those special little intelligence pieces that we've added and finds the 3 people who are most likely to go inactive, but also are most likely to be receptive to you reaching out to them. So we go ahead, inside of OLEO, we have this place called tasks. You'd go in there, it reads that intelligence behind the scenes, add the AI pieces into it, and it'll spit out 3 names that says, these 3 people you should go ahead and reach out to, and they're most likely to come back if you go ahead and reach out into them.
Yeah. And what's so fascinating about this too is it's not, what's the best way to explain it? Not like a one and done. Like this AI, this tool, what's so amazing about it is it's constantly evolving, constantly adapting, constantly learning, right? And so the more that you actually give it to, like what you said, understand and learn kind of your behavior, your patterns, the way that you do things, the more it's going to become like a personal assistant and understanding everything that you do. So the prompts, the tasks and stuff that you give it, it's just going to be a lot more concise, a lot more refined. It's going to be sharpened like a knife the more that you use it. And so I've always told people, I was like, they're like, oh, well, the AI in the beginning wasn't very good. And I was like, well, it has to learn, right? You know, it's kind of like a little kid. You have to teach words, you know, you have to read it, you know, teach it how to read and stuff. And so as a few weeks went by from the first time that they used it to now, they're like, it's incredible. Like, it's my own personal assistant, my own personal coach, my motivator, all this other stuff. It is so phenomenal just how people are able to use it. And so that's one of the amazing features that's inside OLEO, but I'd love if you kind of talked a little bit more about what else there is to use, what else other people have access to inside OLEO, and then, like I said, maybe share some updates that we have already built out and ready to launch down the road for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, one of my favorite features is the data features that are there that are behind the scenes and those type of things. But it's also a social app. one of the greatest things and success that we have seen on OLEO and the company that helped us go ahead and develop this with their door-to-door sales is the communities that you can go ahead and build. So there's the great functionality in there to be able to go in, look at your downline, and be able to build communities with your downline and cross downlines to be able to help build things out for you. And then once you have those communities, whether that's something talking about lavender or something that you love about clean homes, or it's just something about the business. You want to know how to best share referral links on a website. You can go ahead and create a community and then join these communities to have great conversations with other brand partners that are there. I think it's one of the best features that is there and helps build that camaraderie that you have between lots and lots of different brand partners who are all in this together and want to learn together.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And another amazing thing about communities, and one of the things that we're actually improving in some of these later updates, is the fact that you can add videos and pictures and links if you choose to do so as well, just to be a lot more engaged, not only within your community, but think of it kind of like just a giant text group with friends and family, right? So you can have a lot of fun in there and stuff. And we also will hopefully in a later update, we're working on this right now, is looking at doing voice memos too. That's been one thing that's been highly requested, so that's in the works as well. And yeah, the community ones is really, really fun. I think it'd be really fun if you talked about one feature that we have in there that I've literally seen nowhere else. And the best way that I can explain it without giving too much away, because I want Jared and me to share, is like you set this challenge between you and your friend, right? It's a really great way to not only bond with your team, build your team, but also encourage and motivate your team as well. Can you kind of talk to that?
Yeah. One of the greatest features that is in there is this ability to kind of have an incentive or a competition against somebody or a group of people in your downline. So for example, let's say, Jacob, I think I'm going to have a better enrollment month than you are. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to put, a coffee on the line. I'm going to take you out for coffee if you beat me at the end of the month. And so you have this opportunity to go ahead and challenge each other. So Jacob, I think you'll get more enrollments. And so I can go ahead and write this up and put it out there. And then you can go in and accept that challenge, or you can go ahead and modify it and say, yeah, you think you're going to get 20. I think I'm going to get 40. And then I can come back and be like, yeah, I think I can beat 40. We have seen actually some great success that has come from this. We've seen some individuals who've done one-on-one challenges, and they've doubled or even tripled their enrollments in those months than they do in their average months. We've even seen some individuals that through this have had their best enrollment months that they've had at their entire tenure at Young Living.
Yeah, it's so fun to see. I've seen a few of the challenges that a few brand partners have put on, and they've made it really just fun for their group and stuff. And honestly, the best competition is a little friendly competition as well.
That's awesome.
So somebody just went to the Google App Store and they just downloaded the OLEO app. What do they need to do? What is kind of the beginning steps or the process? What does that look like essentially?
Yeah, so you're going to go ahead and log in with your normal username and password that you use to log into all of Young Living's different tools and apps. So it's just our single sign-on. You just go ahead and put that in there. And then when you come into it, it's going to be a little bit blank. You're going to maybe have a few chats that you're part of that your upline may have put you in. But the first place that you should really go is down into the digital library. Down in there in the kind of the right-hand corner?
Right-hand corner. Far bottom right, the three lines, and then you click on the digital library.
Yep. From there, you can go into the digital library, and there's a how-to section that Jacob's actually recorded a bunch of how-tos on what features are there in the OLEO app. The digital library is a tool that we've built to be able to put all of our assets in the hands of all of our brand partners. So if you want to be able to share an image about Ningxia or a sale that's coming up on Ningxia, you'll be able to go into the digital library and find those so that you can be able to share them on social media, send a text to your mom or your friends to be able to go ahead and share that. We've also taken a lot of our trainings that we've built and done in the past. So we've taken anything from our compensation plan trainings to trainings about individual products and put them up there. One of the coolest features that's in the digital library is its search functionality. So let's say you had a question about how your unilevel payout and commissions worked, which is a really complicated thing. You might not understand it. You could go into the search functionality and type unilevel payout. It'll find all of our training videos that have that in it and take you to the timestamp in that video where it talks about unilevel payouts.
Which is super cool. So if you don't entirely understand what Jeremy is meaning by taking you to the timestamp, is a video is 12 minutes long explaining and talking about it, but there's a 30-minute segment in that specifically breaks it down into that information of that unilevel payout, that's immediately where it will take you. So kind of think of like a timestamp on a YouTube video, essentially. Like you can look, it will automatically find that area for you, so you're not having to, scroll through it, drag through it, or kind of watch the full video if you're not wanting to do that.
Yeah. So let's say you want to know the benefits of lavender, and somebody's mentioned it in a video, but it's at the 14th minute mark. Instead of you having to go through it, watch 14 minutes of it to get to that piece, it'll take you to that 14 minutes and 13 seconds, and you can just start watching it and learn about lavender.
Yeah, which is so amazing. And our content team has been uploading almost daily into the digital library, and there is so much content that is in there. I mean, you can be there for hours just trying to find all the different stuff that is there. And one thing that we really want to do with OLEO as well is we want it to be the one source of truth, the one-stop shop. So everything in regards to YL, your assets, your trainings, your business information, whatever it may be, we want that all to be within OLEO. So if you're not seeing it now, I guarantee you it will be there within some time.
Yeah, and if there's something that you want to see there, it's not going to be long and we're going to get it up there. Everything from trainings to the next promotion that's coming out next month, it's all going to be there.
Yeah. So maybe with what you can share, I know you and I both know some of the features that are to come with OLEO and some of the amazing announcements that we have with OLEO. This is a live service app, so it's constantly being upgraded, constantly being updated and stuff. Things are being added and fixed, right? What are some of the things that you are most excited about that you can share about without giving too much away? Because we do have some exciting announcements, but we have to be a little hush-hush about it. So
yeah, I'm super excited about the future of OLEO. I think that the launch that we have there is a great app, and it has a lot of really, really amazing features. But what's coming is going to make it look obsolete almost.
Yeah.
There are some amazing features that we have planned to be able to bring out, to be able to help you do your business on a daily basis. One of the ones that we're working on right now is that we're trying to get some more robust reporting. We know that you need data to get to do your job, and there's lots of reports that are in lots of different places at Young Living. We're trying to consolidate those into the reports that you need to go ahead and do your job. So those are going to be there.
Yeah, and what's fascinating and so great about that too is it's been a very quick turnaround time as well, from the launch of it to all of these new features that we have coming. I can't remember the exact amount of features and everything else that's going on, but it's a reasonably sized update. I mean, if I had to think in terms of like items, we're probably looking at least 20 different updates / integrations that are going to be added with this new update. Hopefully coming sometime October, late November-ish is what we're looking at, timeline for that. So it's just super exciting and amazing there. Well, last thing that I will say is, what do you feel like is one of the best reason, if not reasons, for people to download OLEO? I mean, we've shared all the ways that you can utilize it and stuff, but what would you say is the number one reason for people to go and download the app today? Why do they need it?
Yeah, I think that the reason that you need to download the app is that it's how you're going to take your business to the next level. If you want to be successful as a Young Living brand partner, or just learn about our products, OLEO is the place to go ahead and do that. It's going to give you the direction of what you need to do next to grow your business, and it's going to train you about our products. It's the one-stop shop to really do everything that you need to be successful.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I really want to clarify a few different things for some people that might want to know about OLEO. For downloading it, you're going to be able to find it directly in the Apple Store as long as the Google Play Store too. Right now, it is only available within the United States, but that is going to be changed very, very soon.
Near future.
Very near future, within the next few months, so stay posted for that as well. And then make sure that you are also a brand partner and use your brand partner login when logging into the app. We are looking at adding customers to this app at a later time. Right now, that's been a little bit more tricky as far as how we identify customers and brand partners from a regulation standpoint and whatnot. So it's a little tricky there, but that is to come as well. So is there any last things that you'd like to share with the people about OLEO, Jeremy?
I don't think so, other than, the future is going to be great on OLEO. It's going to be an amazing app, and the features we have planned are going to really, really level up your business.
100%. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate your time, your expertise, and your passion as always, and excited for you to come back on to share even more details and updates on OLEO when that time comes.
Sounds great. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you. And thank you for tuning into this episode of The Wild Drop. Remember, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on YouTube, our website, www.youngliving.com. And as we've mentioned, you'll be able to find our podcast on the OLEO app coming soon. Don't forget to oil up Young Living family. This is Jacob Young, dropping out. Take care.